Hey, what's up, guys? It's the 10th wonder of the world, Jake Smith.
I'm one of them bitches that wants to fuck with Wreckno. My name's Joey Mayberry.
And guess what? We're going to fuck with Wreckno right now because Wreckno has joined us, everyone, for another edition of Golden Era Podcast. Welcome, Wreckno.
Thank you for having me. I'm back for my annual Unforgiven pay-per-view edition.
I'm so glad you remembered that because I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is lining up with Unforgiven again. This makes me so happy.
I remembered it like 10 minutes ago and I was like, you're kidding me. Because I was thinking about something I said about Unforgiven and was like, you know what? This is kind of cute.
I'm really into it. Let me just tell you, I got a lot of DMs of people asking to be on this episode, and we reserved it for you. So
Thank you. You have no idea how much that means to me, truly.
I told everyone else to go fuck themselves. So.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding. Please still listen.
So I'm so glad that you're here this week because I have to tell you something that's now happened. One of your lyrics has officially become a part of my everyday speak.
Which one?
So if anybody's ever bothering somebody, like if there's like a white lady complaining at a Starbucks or something, just turn around and be like, all these bitches want to fuck with Wreckno.
They're like, I have no idea what this man just said, but like they'll shut up, you know.
Literally, just all these bitches want to fuck with Wreckno. That's our new saying.
My password still works for my old company. Don't let me go. I think I'm gonna just edit that into random places on the website.
Please do.
I love the free promo. Wherever I can get over, I'm down.
We're doing it. Their SEO is gonna go crazy.
I don't know what those letters mean.
It's a sex thing. But anyway, but guys, we are here to not just talk about Wreckno, which we will constantly the whole show probably, but this is actually the podcast where Joey and this week Wreckno and I talk about the WWE Women's Division from 2001 on, known as, it's a rewatch. Why can't I fucking work that into my vocabulary when doing this spiel? All right, like every time we try to do it, I'm like, the first time I did it, I was like, yeah, then we're gonna say it every week, and I always forget.
Don't you hate it when you try to work it, but instead you're from a disappointed come at it?
That was smooth.
Thank you.
And if you're that listener who hates when we laugh, you're gonna hate this week. So.
They don't listen anymore.
Turn it down now. Turn your car speakers down now.
Turn it down. You're gonna get a ticket. Guys, this week, guys, is a very, very special week because this week we are covering a fabulous Moolah match. No, just kidding. But this week,
baby.
But this week we've got something really exciting that we will get to very soon. But let's get into it, guys. It's the week of September 15th, 2003.
My favorite week.
Joyous.
Great
joyous. Week. I still haven't figured out this thing with my computer. All right. We're kicking things off, and Eric Bischoff is in the back. He is all in a tizzy. And he's like, what are you doing here? And it's Moolah and May, and I'm also wondering, just what are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are
you doing?
Well, I'm here tonight, Eric. I'm celebrating my 80th birthday. Do you understand that? Well, happy damn birthday to you. That's how I'm gonna greet everyone on their birthdays moving forward.
Gag her.
Well, Austin sent her a letter via sort of in the Notebook. And asked her to come to Raw.
I never understand. So, every time they show up to Raw, Moolah and May just get berated or beat up or destroyed, but they never go to SmackDown.
They did. No, when they went to SmackDown, she had to wrestle Big Show.
Oh, yeah.
It's just don't come. Just don't.
Don't show up.
Don't come.
Of all people, she had to wrestle Big Show on SmackDown.
And you'd think after all this time, you'd start wearing a life alert to the stadium. You'd think.
Maybe they just didn't know because that Dua Lipa song hadn't come out yet, so they didn't know to don't show up, don't come out.
Oh, gosh. So, but she's like, well, I want a match for my birthday. Okay.
Is this Applebee's? What?
Would you like the riblets with that? Like, and then of course Mae Young plants a kiss on Eric Bischoff because it's just what she does.
That's why she's there, you know.
That's her finisher.
The Mae Young kiss.
So Austin Stone Cold was there, and he's like, I think she likes you. So Victoria comes out, and this has to be heavily edited.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
This nuclear heat. Like
that is a fucking ceiling fan or a little box fan that they put next to a microphone, because it literally her music was on for less than 0.5 seconds, and it just and I was like, I engineer audio on a regular basis. I was just like, something's not clicking, because any normal crowd, it takes them a good at least 2 seconds to even know who's coming out.
Right.
That was definitely edited.
Also, can we talk about how good she looked tonight? Like, Victoria was snatched.
The booty was bootying, girl.
First of all,
like the little thong. Oh, cute.
Where's she been hiding this gear? Like, I
don't know, but I have a new idea. So do you remember the Katie Lee Burchill figure? Not the one with the skirt, but the other one that came by herself?
Yes.
I do, yeah.
It's really similar gear and hair. Right? So yeah, if I can like replace the head with a Victoria head and kind of paint it, like it'd be
definitely make that. Yeah.
I think their heads come off pretty easy.
They do.
In any other context, that statement is so morbid.
Their heads come up real easy. I'm talking about the squirrels back home, so.
This little BB gun, like pew, pew.
You guys can see those squirrels get beheaded this year at SummerSlam live.
Hey there, squirrel friends. Are you coming to SummerSlam?
But yeah, Victoria looks so good. I love this gear. I want to see it in person because I bet it glistens with all those rhinestones too. And then Mae Young and Moolah come out.
After an extended intro in the back.
Yeah, I was like,
they were like carting the girls over there from wherever they had their backstage segment, and it took a while. Clearly, like.
Oh baby. So
oh baby.
So yeah, she comes out and like it's a very quick match. I mean, I was expecting like Oblivion or something from Moolah, but no.
Wait, you were expecting her to hit Oblivion?
The Oblivion? Yeah.
The Oblivion followed up with a senton.
I don't think she could hit an Oblivion. She could hit an Oh My Hip.
But yeah, no. So it's just Moolah. May distracts Victoria. Moolah rolls her up, sort of.
Ugliest roll up I've seen in my whole life. It gives me shivers.
Victoria, like, poor thing, and she gets rolled up, and Moolah wins. And Victoria just like, I love when she goes on a crazy attack because those punches are just
she works crazy. She always looks so good when she starts punching people. Oh my gosh.
I want to get punched by her.
Same. Like, as long as it's not my jaw, I don't want that Beth Phoenix round 2.
Oh no, hell no. I do not want like a future case of TNJ to come up in my future because of those punches. Exactly. So but then all of a sudden, Evolution's music hits. And this took me back.
No, that's not.
And their twink came out. They're resident
Twink Orton.
Oh, we love Twink Orton.
I love Twink Orton.
Me too. Me and Arlie were in here earlier watching it. Like, okay, always been
like,
fine.
It's like that white polo.
Praise the Lord for two people. It's Zac Efron and Randy Orton because they aged with my taste.
Oh, okay, that I get.
Oh, they aged. Yeah, no, that's
I'm thinking of like Zac Efron like early days. I was like, no, but Zac Efron now, like when he's like on that, like I love saving the planet.
I'm not gonna lie, his jaw surgery also did do something for me personally.
Oh, it did. Who's the one who just got bad jaw surgery? What are they in? One Direction. That one of them. I don't know. Don't know my name.
Zayn got. Why?
I don't
know. The other one, the tall Liam. Is that a thing?
Liam.
Yeah.
Liam.
I don't know. I was never a big One Deer So, all right. So Randy Orton like pulls Victoria off. I'm so confused. And he's like, "Are you out of your mind?" She is. It's her gimmick.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Well, she
Watch
just
any of
she's
the
like,
episodes.
yes, I've lost my mind.
So, and he's like, this is the fabulous Moolah. You know, my dad used to tell me how tough she is and how she would traffic women. So
I think that's all any of us were thinking the entire time. Literally.
And he goes, "Come on, honey," to her, and I was like, "Ooh." I felt thanks. And he's helping up. It's her birthday. It's her 80th birthday tonight. And Moolah, did you guys catch this? She's like trying to blow a kiss, but it's just like she like eats her hand instead. So it's like,
oh my god.
A little bit like she was gonna go blow a kiss, and then like, oh, I farted into this hand. And
maybe she was like taking. Sometimes I just fart in my hand and smell it.
Exactly. It was giving that.
I don't know. Maybe she was taking her medication. Who knows? So, he's like, she's a legend. By the way, Randy Orton, legend killer, and gives her an RKO that she sells like a DDT, and
it looked like she broke in half. I was impressed by the sell.
I honestly was too. I was
she
like,
ate
okay.
it.
Yeah,
she ate it.
She at least went down, and it didn't look like she just like went to her knees or something. It looked okay for an 80-year-old.
Yeah, for an 80-year-old, I was into it. You know,
yeah.
like so. I totally remember this. I thought this is actually
a really good moment.
Yeah, I won't lie. I know she was like women's champion forever, but for me, this is Moolah's most iconic moment. So,
I mean, I will say, like, I guess for all of the stuff that I remember of her when she would come back later, like in the 90s, and for this, I mean, for me, it's the most memorable thing that, like, she had the feud with Ivory, but like, it was really like it just was really not good. So like it was like a lot of ugly roll-ups on both of behalf, and like I feel like this was the main thing. I was like, oh, she came back and wrestled, or rolled up a main girly, and then still sold a pretty good RKO. And I'm pretty sure this is the start of the legend killer gimmick.
Like when he starts like beating up the legends.
Yeah, like this is like him saying it for the first time. So
and I love that too. What a good person to like really like take out like that right away. I would have. I mean, yeah. I was like,
he can take me out anytime he wants to. Randy gets me, Randy.
It's a shame he had a shirt on for this, but anyway. So Terry is outside wandering the streets.
Looking gorgeous and stacked per usual.
Amazing. I just like,
tits to her neck, right up here.
She does sometimes remind me of Cartman's girlfriend Beth from that one episode of South Park.
I don't know it.
Does no one know that? Okay, so Cartman was like Dog the Bounty Hunter for an episode, and he had this girlfriend named Beth, and you couldn't see her face. It was just this little girl with boobs all the way up to
literally
her forehead.
It. That's exactly her vibe.
That is the boobs I want. Like if I had boobies,
same.
Like just that. Is there a photo of you with like fake boobies on?
Several.
Yeah, I was like
gonna say.
In my head, I just went to this giant photo of like your boobs.
Is
like
it the one where I'm in the casino? A pink top. Oh god, pink top. Like, oh yeah, that was for an easy video.
From, like here, yeah. Yes,
I'm in a nurse outfit.
Yes, I was just like. Now I'm in. That's all I see, like on your screen.
I'm like, so I've been her actually. Yeah,
been there.
I listed as her.
Get it, Terror Bear.
Also, again, Jake, I need to get you on the Drag Race train because you would love Jimbo.
Oh, I saw.
Oh my god, Jimbo.
So many people sent me that for some reason. I guess because I'm known for saying like with people like I was like if I was a girl just want giant boobs, I dress like JWoww every day, like just like.
Oh my god, I recently was watching. Starting to rewatch Jersey Shore, and JWoww in the like Lita-esque top.
Yes, the yellow canary yellow top.
I'm like,
with the boob.
I want to be you.
Yes.
So badly.
Oh my god. So much of like my essence is JWoww, like early Jersey Shore. Like, oh, I love it.
We also say just a little JWoww plug for a second. It's also she's so cool. She's always been kind of cool, and she's now dating a wrestler. So I think that's really cool.
Oh, who's she dating?
I don't know. He was on AEW, right?
Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, he was on AEW. As one of the 5 people who still watches Jersey Shore, I will say, like, she's still amazing. She's still that bitch.
She was
Snooki,
not when she tried to wrestle.
She tried to wrestle.
Wait, I thought that was just Snooki.
No, Snooki, JWoww and Angelina wrestled in TNA.
That is, I'm Googling this right.
It was actually fantastic. I think the beautiful people were like involved too.
That was fantastic.
For me, okay, as a huge Jersey Shore stan, it was everything for me.
I mean, it was no Snooki mania. But,
no Snooki.
It's not Snooki mania.
Snooki 8. Oh my god. Oh, Snooki's my fave. Oh, I love it. Well,
Snooks, get out here. It's Gorilla Juice Head Central right now.
So, since you
Where's the bitch?
Since you haven't seen the JWoww TNA thing, you're about to go watch it. Just to wait for the most iconic line, which is Velvet Sky going, "You got her, baby. You got her."
And PSA to all my Jersey Shore people, Sammy Sweetheart is coming back this season, and I'm very excited. So she said, no, I'm not doing it, but she needs the money. I think she's getting a divorce, and she's like, her husband had money and she doesn't. So it's like, she's like, ah. So
on that note, I'm gonna drink.
Anyway, moving on. So Terry is outside, and she finds Gail and Molly, who just came from Express and bought everything and are wearing it.
Molly looks good.
I think we've all, like, anyone who has ever been to an Express, I think we all have like one of those professional pinstripe button downs. Like, I was like, I've worn this on an interview, also with my boobs out. So she's like, so y'all said you're gonna end Trish's career. How exactly do you plan on doing that? Well, you see, thanks to Gail's little talk with Eric last week. Gail, Kim, and Molly Holly versus Trish Stratus, and Trish's partner. She doesn't have one. Tonight is a handicap match. Bye, Trish.
I always, when I see Molly be a heel, I always feel like I loved it because it made for all these other girls to like kind of just like succeed at, like over her. But like I remember one of the interviews I've seen in her where she was just like, I hated it. Like, I didn't want to be a heel. I loved getting cheered. But they were like, you're so freaking good at it. And you can wrestle mean. And it's like, I love seeing now Molly kind of, I mean, at least seems like with the fans and everybody, everyone kind of realizes how pure and awesome she is.
Yeah.
Like, she just seems like such a sweetheart in real life.
She really is. And like, it's funny. It's always so funny to me because I feel like everyone wants to be a heel. So like,
so they can kind of like be that evil bad guy. Yeah, have fun.
So like, it was so surprising to me when she said that too. I know exactly what you're talking about because like, well, one, all of her success came when she was like a heel, I feel like.
Absolutely. And it was when it made sense to have the girls chasing her, you know, for the title. She was a great catalyst for so many women.
And especially this time around too, because she's not like a jokey heel. Like, well, with her first reign, like it was more like
she's got a big butt.
Dunk in your trunk.
Yeah. Like this time she just like wants to be a bad bitch. Like she choked out Gail Kim to make Gail Kim work for her. Like into it.
Very into that. When you explain it like that, that's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not into the Gail's orange tinted glasses though. Sorry.
I just the whole I remember also Gail saying they never really told her what her thing was. They never said you're this, you're that. They were just like, be a bitch. And it shows so much. I feel like they could have done so much more with Gail Kim on probably both runs where she just really never was given any direction. It seemed like
let's go ahead and forget that
lackey,
word, probably.
Like when she came in, like when she like debuted, when like this run, like it's just like last week I was so perplexed they had her sleep with Eric Bischoff, and I'm like, wait, what's going on in this world? Like
because this week the theme is sluts.
You drew the slut card. You slut this week. So
it'd be me being a party planner.
The theme is sluts.
Yeah, exactly. That's a 30 Rock quote. Jenna Maroney is like, what if the theme was sluts?
I actually
that also makes sense because I am Jenna Maroney.
Exactly.
That's actually going to be the theme of my birthday party this year, and everyone is going to have to wear JWoww tops. So.
I'll expect
We should be
my
bringing
invitation in the mail.
as a country. We should be bringing back JWoww tops. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, it's time, people. Listen, if you've got the boobs, if you don't got the boobs, just wear it. Just wear it. You know what? I think I'm going to wear that to the next wrestling show I go to.
Absolutely,
and just tell people I'm Lita. So, all right.
Make Doug be Edge.
Yeah, oh my God. He would die. I'm going to make him. Well, we went to Taylor Swift this week and like I bought him a shirt and stuff like that. I was like, are you going to dress up? And then like, I'm like wearing like a crop top.
Oh, you were serving.
Thank you. I wanted to be one of her dancers from Look What You Made Me Do. And he comes out in like a maroon t-shirt. He's like, I'm Midnights. I'm like,
oh my God, if y'all go in theme costume to a show, you're bringing me and Marcos and I'm being Rhea Ripley and he's being Dominic Mysterio.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay. All right. So I'll be JWoww if she were in the Judgment Day.
So Lita, essentially.
So Lita. So anyway, all right. So Trish is out for her handicap match, and I have to say this silver outfit is just fantastic.
Very good.
Love
this
it.
Outfit. Did this outfit ever come back? Because if it didn't, that's criminal.
Variations, because I think she wears the yellow one in Armageddon a few months down the line. But like it definitely was like one of the same kinds that she had. But I love this little.
I love it. And Molly is busting out another Express outfit. That pink swoop.
Was it? It was red this week.
It was red.
It was a red. Okay, I'm colorblind.
Yeah, so at least it fit the theme of the show, and she didn't look like a SmackDown pylon.
Exactly. If it was blue, I'd have problems. Okay.
Gail's out of new outfits, so she's starting to recycle. So she's So, but yeah, I mean, like honestly, I will say for the early stages of this handicap match, it was a little bit more competitive than I expected in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I thought Trish looked great. She nailed that like beautiful little like head scissors thing you love, Joey.
I love that thing. I don't even know what to call it.
Was that the double one? Was it?
The double one.
One.
But then it's
still love. I don't know if you heard of this on last week's episode where he's like telling me, he's like, "You should do that move," and I'm like, "I do that move."
I do it whenever I get a chance.
But then it just turns into Trish getting her ass beat.
I think they really tried to make her like Trish is the golden girl at this point, you know, and they're getting ready to set up Lita coming back, and it's like. I think they really wanted to make it look like she had a fighting chance for a second, and there was little moments where she'd get going, and then she'd get shut down, and I felt like it was good storytelling in the behalf of like obviously she's not going to win, but like she still looked great.
Right. Oh yeah. She like it didn't make her look weak. Like it was believable that like at the point
like
where
a fighting champion. That's what it made her look like for sure.
Even though she's not champion, but they're treating her like she is in this storyline, which is kind of
just a matter of time, you know.
Well, it's so funny because like the thing is like Molly's like supposed to be jealous of her. I'm like Molly literally is the champ. Though.
Is the champ. Like won it off of like a rookie debut person like easily, but no, she's just really angry.
And the thing was like is like Trish is getting all the attention. I'm like Trish was like literally in like random matches on Heat
and losing
losing when you won. What? I'm lost. So it's fine. But whatever. There were again love the teaming of Molly and Gail. I really loved that corner move where like Gail put her knee out and Molly grabbed her legs and they went woo and like just like rammed Trish's back on her.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
Woo.
So they should have just done that too. Like I was really into last week and Molly was like, "Woo!" Like when but yeah, it is a brutal beatdown on Trish, and Molly wins with the Molly go round too to put that a little extra emphasis on it.
A little bit.
And that's not all. They decide, hey, let's slap her around a little bit for fun.
No, let's behead her.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
For fun.
Cut her head off.
I heard the heads come off easy. So
The heads come off really easy.
So yeah, they are starting to like set her up. They think she is. Oh, damn it. Oh, I had a funny Twilight joke and I forgot it. Damn it.
I forgot Twilight existed.
Yeah,
it'll come back. I just watched.
They thought she was Volturi. Is that what they're called? Volturi.
Volturi,
like Dakota Fanning.
You gotta rip this bitch's head off.
We gotta rip the head off. We gotta get. It's the only way to kill him. So
I think specifically are like Dakota Fanning.
Wait, that explains it. Molly and Gail are werewolves.
Like
of the Lakota. Is it the Lakota clan?
I think is it Lakota?
It's the Jacob, Team Jacob. La Push. Yeah. We're going to La Push.
It's La Push, baby.
Wow, okay.
I just watched all the Twilight.
Listen, Joey,
it's
some
fresh.
of us like were into Twilight. I went to the midnight showing of the first one and the news was there and I had to like disguise myself. So
were you like I'm not gay? I'm not gay.
my best friend was like, Jake, I've been reading these books. And I was like, what? This is like before I knew what Twilight was. I was like, what books? And she's like, they're like a vampire romance novel. I'm like, what? And then like she's like, read it. I was like, I'm illiterate. So I like tried to read it.
Learn to read.
Then I saw the advertisements and the men in the movie. And I was like, I will go see this movie with you at midnight.
I love reading.
I love reading.
Reading is fundamental. So like we went and there was like all these news crews there. I was like, the fuck, Michaela. So like we put hoodies and sunglasses on, like close them tight. So like all you saw was like a little
I love that.
Coming soon to the Golden Era podcast store is the Fuck Michaela shirts.
Fuck Michaela. So
I saw New Moon the night it came out, and it was my first time hearing a theater of teenage girls scream when the moon flashed across the screen. I was like, Jesus Christ.
There's a possibility.
That movie actually gave me depression. So that's
it is the most depressing one.
It is
like,
so sad.
Oh my god! Sometimes
Joey is like literally like perplexed.
Listen, Joey,
I have died every day. Wait,
yes. Joey. So just watch, like, to understand the craze of Twilight. Just look up like the final battle scene, like fan reaction, like live theater reaction on like YouTube. It's
like an MCU fucking movie. It's like literally like you're watching a Marvel Endgame.
It's you will first of all like, and just like hearing the reactions and shit, it's just like crazy. Spoiler if like you don't want to be spoiled, but anyway, so one of the vampires, her power is she can like if she can see the future and stuff like that, and like so there's this huge battle and like people's heads get ripped off and like but like crazy style, like this one girl like goes and like rips
someone in the comments is gonna be like, how dare you, I had Twilight in my watch list.
I just feel like we're gonna get a timed comment on YouTube. It's gonna be, are they gonna talk about wrestling again?
But what happens at the end is you see this whole battle, but it doesn't happen because then it cuts to the girl Alice who can see the future. She's just showing the other team.
It's like Final Destination.
Yes.
Like you just saw a whole thing.
Thank you. That's the best way of analyzing it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I'm like, it's pretty much Final Destination.
Just watch it, Joey. You know what? You're gonna watch this, and you're gonna be watching Twilight movies for the next week. So you're welcome. So
no, thank you. I don't want to do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you know what? This show is now sponsored by Bella.
But
anyway.
Wait. Bella Radici. The wine, Joey. The wine.
I know, but I have no idea what's going on.
So, all right. Well, anyway, so here's what's going on right now. Trish is gonna get decapitated. So there's chairs. Oh my god! I'm so sorry if you were like really excited to hear us talk about Lita. Sorry. So they're like, we're gonna murder her in the ring. It's happening tonight. And then all of a sudden, the crowd starts cheering. And I just love it because you don't see why they're cheering, but you see Molly on the top rope and she's like, oh, no.
Yeah. The furious pointing. She's clearly pressed.
And Gail's like, what? And it's
Kane.
it's Lita.
Yes.
Oh my God. We have been waiting for this. We have been getting so many angry comments about why don't you talk about Lita, people who don't understand the premise of this program. And
she's back now. We can talk about her now.
We can talk about her.
I'm like, girl, I was on this podcast a year ago and I was like, man, I wish we were talking about Lita, but I know that's just not going to happen. So we're going to talk about Trish.
There can be miracles when
you believe.
When you believe. So it's Lita. She is back. And it's just, first of all, she looks amazing. The first thing I noticed, the shorts.
New look.
She is fresh. And she debuts this gorgeous, sensational, and my favorite variation of this of all time, her DDT.
Oh,
that's
Molly
a
sells
spike
a
DDT, mama. Impaler, that she gives it every time.
That
She
little
gives
kickback. I never want to see DDT
that.
without it.
Same.
Molly, I love her because you can watch her sell it, and instead of like normal people who are like putting their hand down, like she's going all the way and selling it on her forearm and getting that. I love that.
She's so good. And then she goes right at Gail, and this was so cool to me too, because this is not a move Lita is really known for, but busts out this badass power bomb.
Wicked, like slams her down so hard. It looks like you can feel how ready she was to be back in the ring when she just whips her down. It's amazing.
And then JR on commentary, who's just like, a power bomb, a Lita bomb.
There's a soundbite from that moment that lives rent free in my head, and literally, I will just like say it sometimes because I'm weird like that. But like, King is like, "Look at Lita go!"
It's literally happening as the power bomb's happening. He's saying, wow, as she's slamming her down, it really just brings it all together.
And then Lita does, as I feel any of the three of us would do in this situation, rips off her
topless.
Top. Go topless.
As she said, she always thought it was an awesome, like what I think Mia Hamm, the soccer player, would do it. She was like, I like doing it in this kind of like empowerment way, because Mia Hamm would just like rip off her shirt and throw it, and it wasn't in this way that was like, puppies. It was like, bitch, I'm cleaning
I'm that
house
bitch.
right
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It was fucking awesome. And then follows it up with that badass twist of fate on Molly, and stands there, rocker, no Hardys. Rocker.
But then just like throws it up, and that little like chin thrust, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It is just, like so good.
Oh, I have chills. Oh my God. And then this is also the debut of this edit of her theme. I remember being kind of like, what? Like at first, like when I heard this like back 20 years ago, but it's like they're like, so fucking like that, like edit, and it's just so badass. I love it.
It's so
it
good.
Is.
Oh
like in history, there's very few women that can hold a candle to like iconic theme songs as to Lita's theme. Like Lita's theme is so good.
What I love too about Lita's theme is that song was built off of It Just Feels Right. Like you hear the like, and I love It Just Feels Right. I wish I could have been at a show and heard that version come on. I think it just had the same anthemic vibe of like, just like you knew Lita, like the coolest chick in WWE was coming out right then. And it's
what makes me like nostalgic though is I love the version with the whispers in it. Was it
same? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's changing.
I don't know what I don't know what it is. Just right.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I just remember like when Volume 5 came out, just skipping from tracks 4 to 9 on repeat. Like,
don't treat me like a say you know your future.
Just like back and forth, like wearing out those buttons. Last. So, all right, but Lita is back. probably the most iconic return of any woman. I feel like this is.
There we go. Sorry.
Well, no, you're good.
My computer screen went off. I think
literally mine does that like every 5 seconds, and I don't know how to fix it. So
I was like, I forgot to charge my desktop. I don't know.
I feel like we get one of those screams at least once a week from you.
Pterodactyl.
That will get listeners.
Hold on, I want to try something real quick. Can you, on a count of 3, can you do the scream for me? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm a motherfucking monster.
I think it's just like I like to pretend I'm like from oh my god, I can't even remember the name of the show anymore. The Pedro Pascal show. I like to pretend I'm one of the infected.
You're a clicker.
Like, yeah. I like to like no, the other one, the fungus one. I like to pretend I'm infected all the time and just go. We have like I put like succulents on my head and just go. Doug's like, I hate you so much. That's definitely
you should be on their audio team next year for sure.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So we're in the back now, and Gail and Molly have the most unnecessarily large ice bags I've ever seen. like
Molly needed one after that DDT, though.
Just like. So everybody was like, well, I don't know where she came from. Last time I checked, I fired Lita. And then you hear like, and Stone Cold comes in. Well, you know, good old Stone Cold hired Lita back, and as far as you guys wanting a piece of Molly Holly, Trish Stratus.
Exactly. If anybody can fuck up and totally be fine, it's Stone Cold. Like,
yeah.
Well, if you want it so bad, it's gonna be Molly Holly and Gail Kim for Trish Stratus and Lita and Unforgiven. What? Oh, I can't believe I slept with the wrong co-GM.
You know what? I was so upset because the crowd was crickets for that line. And
I know. Like, I was like, that was a good line.
This was good. I was like, this was Gail's moment to be like, I'm dumb whore. Like, and it was like they didn't give her a lick of like LOL or anything. I was
because they don't know. They're like, are you a matrix or a dumb? Are you a dumb whore matrix?
Like, are you a dominatrix? What?
A dominatrix.
Dominatrix. Absolutely.
And then Stone Cold comes back and he's like, come again. And she's like, that's okay. I didn't the first time.
I thought she said he didn't. And she said I didn't the first time.
Yeah.
I love that.
Iconic.
I was like, this was the best I've seen Gail so far.
I think that's probably the best banter I've seen her do backstage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Out of all the options she's had, like let's be real.
Other than just like beating the shit out of the Bella Twins that one time, but like,
oh yeah. I remember this like I can't believe I slept with the wrong GM line, like, and I was like, oh my god, they did do this. But I didn't hate this approach. I won't.
No, I thought it was campy, and you know, obviously the crowd didn't care or whatever react, but I was like, as a queer person, I'm laughing. So,
well, they knew the gays were tuning in for Lita. So
yes, we were.
All right, guys. Well, Stacy Keibler is out with Tess, and she's still hating her life. And he's wrestling Val Venus this week. And Stacy's like trying to piss him off by like clapping really loudly for Val and stuff. And like Tess gets a pin and Stacy knocks his foot off the rope. But he like chases her around the ring. And then Scott Steiner comes out wearing camo pants.
Was he in camo pants and the chainmail?
Yes. It's a lot.
It's so weird.
Pick one.
Pick a struggle, girl.
I didn't know what to wear tonight. So
I'm dead.
I don't have Stacy to dress me. So Tess gets caught on the top rope, and Stacy climbs up and like shakes the rope and like
love that.
And Val
he really sold it. Like this tiny girl is able to shake him that high, and like I was like,
she's superhuman.
You know what got me though, watching her do that, was she was doing that in heels. And then did you watch SmackDown last week when Bianca Belair did her segment, and she was having such a hard time getting up to the second rope in her heels, and I was like, These golden era girls, they knew what they were doing in these high heels.
They knew what they had to do.
That alone is why Stacy's in the Hall of Fame and Bianca's not. Anyway, so Val wins.
It's because being the most balanced doesn't end in EXT.
Well, because she is definitely not the EST of high heel. So Val gets the win. No one cares. But Stacy comes in and she's like, ha 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 ha.
She really was.
Ha 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 ha. And Tess like grabs her arm and twists it.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Give me old dick twist.
So at this point, Steiner decides he'll come down to the ring. And he clobbers Tess and he hits his belly to belly. And Stacy's just like standing there looking at Steiner, like, hey, my wrist, look. Are you a doctor?
He didn't hit a belly to belly, he hit an innie to outie.
That was perfect.
That was good. That was really good.
That was well done. I'm impressed. That was good. So Stacey's just standing there, and then she like screams as Tess pulls her out of the ring, like,
just like literally a horror movie.
It was like the end of Quarantine. So Tess is just like dragging her to the back, and Steiner's like, "You son of a bitch!" So they have to wrestle. So
son of a bitch.
So let's go over to SmackDown.
SmackDown. Matt Hardy.
So Torrie Wilson is out for a handicap match. She's wearing all white with like a pink sash. You know what it reminds me of? Remember like when you used to buy cargo shorts and they came with a belt? Like,
oh yeah,
like it reminded me of that. Like, because the belt's like always hung.
I did not remember that she ever had pink in her hair, like ever. I totally did not realize that she did.
I feel like this was like a 1 week, you know, like the Spice Girls Barbies that came with like the hair clips.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it was that. Like
the one, yeah, it was absolutely just like the one extension.
Yeah, she's like, I got baby spice. And then Nidia is out with Dawn Marie, and Dawn Marie is serving in this teal top.
I did not remember them ever being together. I was really like, I totally forgot about that pairing. I didn't know if it was just because it was a 1 week.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, I don't remember this at all. Like,
yeah, like they decided to be friends via like we're heels, but like
Linda Miles is like,
yeah, we don't like her.
Our lives.
Yeah,
we hate her.
We hate her. Let's team up. So like,
and we will take down Linda Miles, and
we will call her a dumb whore.
Exactly.
So Shaniqua is out to her crap music.
I will say
worst music
with the Basham, the look of all of them together. I was like, this is like I know it flopped so hard and they ended up all getting fired, but I was like looking at it and I was like, they're kind of hot. Like they're kind of like all like a visually freaky hot in a weird way together.
Listen, I was very into Doug Basham. Like
I'm into bald men, period. So like I just was like them both being shaved and like muscly. I was like, okay, I'm listening.
That page of the program would have been stuck together. So
would have saved them, honestly. I think like as a tag team, if they would have gotten Mark Jendrak's music.
Yeah,
do you remember that one?
What was
I
his?
do.
Oh yeah, I hear it now. I like that they get better music like in a few weeks, so with like whipping sounds, and it's like
yeah.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Whoa, a bop. But anyway, so they are out, and Shaniqua sends the Bashams to the back, and the faces. I was actually surprised they got so much offense in right away.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way they were gonna get it.
I mean, what with all of them going at
her?
Yeah, I definitely. It was crazy. I mean, because I can't remember how many. I think she just had like one push. Linda Miles did.
Yeah,
and it's like I feel like this match, I remember seeing this before. I've like rewatched this before, and I just remember being like, I think this might be like the most extreme / like, I don't know, intense the SmackDown's women. Like, if we think about it, that was the Divas division. Like, there was the women's division, and then that was the Divas division. I feel like that up until that point seemed like one of the kind of craziest things that had really physically happened between that whole little roster of women.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else has been like a cat fight, more or less. Like up
cat
to
fight,
this
bra
point.
and panties, swimsuits, all of those things. And then I just like seeing this whole segment, I was like, oh damn, Torrie Wilson had a chair like the week before she had a chair. And I was just like, oh, they really let them like try it for a minute, you know?
Yeah. I'm wondering like where this was going. Like it gets kind of cut off, but like I'm like, were they gonna bring in like another like dominating woman to like
the way that they ended it, it sounded he was like, well, I don't know who's gonna take care of her. I was like, okay, well then that means there's another woman coming in, clearly.
Or something.
I would have loved to see
Ivory's shoot video on her was actually incoming, so
That's
no, you know she had like a bunch of heat.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I absolutely see it. Yeah. I would have loved to see, well, obviously China, but like, no, that wasn't happening. Do you remember, like, did anyone know who Asia is? Like, it was literally, no, Asia with a Y. No, so in WCW, they had a woman named Asia who was a muscular blonde woman. And clearly,
wait, I remember the muscular blonde woman. Was her name Asia?
Yeah, it was clearly a knockoff
of like
white? China. Yeah, she was white. Okay. Yeah, it was. She was literally. They were literally trying to like have their own China.
Asia. Like, I have to look this up just really quick so I make sure. Oh yeah, it was Christy Wolf. I remember one. There's like
Christy Wolf. That's a much better ring name.
Way better, but that's a real name. They couldn't make money off it or something. But like Asia, they're going to go with Asia. China. They should have just named her Japan. It's so funny. I remember there's this because I think Torrie and Stacy worked with her in WCW, but that one Asia would always be like the muscle, and they would just be the swimsuit girls, just like standing there, like hot.
WCW women's division was so strange. There was a point where they fired
kind
all
of a
the
nightmare.
Women. Yeah, and they only kept. I think Torrie and Stacy were the only ones they kept.
I know Daphne won the cruiserweight title.
Yes,
so did
Medusa.
And Medusa, I like remember those two things because I was like, oh, the women got to do one or two.
Yeah, Stacy was like infused with like David Flair and
not Miss Hannigan, Miss Hancock.
Miss Hancock. I love Miss Hancock was my favorite. And then they had like
ripping out her hair.
Yes, and Torrie Wilson was with. Oh my god, I actually loved their entrance. So and it was so funny because Torrie Wilson was with the Filthy Animals, which was like Rey Mysterio and Kidman and Chavo, maybe, I don't know. But like they would stand behind this like white curtain and like the music was like and then it would like fall and they'd like all be standing there and Torrie was like a foot taller than everyone there. Like
and her man. That literally everyone there. That's so funny.
And like it was very like all like questionable outfit choices, which I feel like is the theme of Torrie's career. Like, but like
Billy Kidman, his jean shorts for like the first like I don't know like 6 years of his career, and when he finally switched when he was working with Paul London, and they both had like cruiserweight like I mean just a little. I like
that
little
wasn't Billy Kidman. That was Brian Kendrick.
No, Billy Kidman and Paul London were a tag team in 2004.
Were they?
Yeah, 2004. And then Kidman turned heel on him.
This shows how I pay attention to men's wrestling.
Kidman injured Chavo Guerrero with the Shooting Star Press, and so they turned Chavo face. And then Kidman was like, "I'm a bad guy because I like to hurt people." So like,
I don't care. Let me
and
know
then he cut his hair
short. Comes and manages them.
When he cut his hair, though, I was like, "I'm watching."
Yeah, same. I low key got it. Yeah. I was like, okay.
I understood why Torrie was there completely.
Yeah, I was like, I'm ordering off the kid menu. Okay. All right. So this match. So it's basically it turns into, of course, Shaniqua dominating. I don't know if Torrie didn't want to take the bumps, like because
I don't know if I've never seen Torrie take like a full on power bomb.
No, me either.
I don't think we ever have. She won't kiss Candace. She won't take a power bomb. Just kidding.
So she does take the slam onto Nidia, which I thought was pretty cool.
What were you gonna say, Joey?
Oh, I was just noticing that you said Kidman you, but it also like lined it up with Billy Kidman you. Like you've been saying. Was that the joke you were going? Because that was really good.
Thanks. Yes, it was.
It's okay. I finished my whole glass of sweet tea bourbon. Y'all talk about Shaniqua.
So Shaniqua, she ends up winning the match after this, again, that amazing power bomb.
The power bomb. I will say, watching that tonight, I was like, damn. It's like you could see the potential in that power bomb alone. I was like, that was crazy to see. She's so freaking tall. She lifted Dawn. Oh, was it Dawn that she power bombed? Nidia. Okay. It just was like, I don't know. It was like a China bomb or something like in that realm of like, oh, you're watching this dominant person just slam someone down. It made me really sad knowing that she was clearly so athletic and had such a unique look. It's 2003 though. Not surprising they fumbled that entire thing.
It sucks because she could have been so big.
She could have been awesome.
Like she literally could have ran that women's division. I think it's just the fact that she got
absolutely, yeah.
I think it's just the fact that honestly she got put on SmackDown. Like if she would have went to Raw and like if she would have been in Gail Kim's position and won the title on like her first night, probably.
I think
amazing.
That I feel like she was put on SmackDown though because they put the developing girls on SmackDown. It seemed like there was at that point it seemed like.
Yeah, like, but if you needed her to be dominant and be champion, you could literally she could have been Jade Cargill before Jade Cargill.
It's really is giving that, honestly.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with that. Like I really think she would have been. But again, like this is a time period too where honestly, like women who don't fit the mold, like even like for them, like someone like Nidia didn't fit their mold. They don't know what to do with that.
Absolutely not. She just won the contest.
Yeah.
So
they're like, well, fuck, what do we do now? Like, it's just like
I was surprised they let Nidia. Like, I'm not surprised that they let her stay because of when I hear about Nidia backstage, I hear that it's pretty like known. She was lovely to work with.
Yeah.
Awesome to be around. Great learner. Easy to deal with. So like, I think that's what gave her longevity. But when you think about at that point, the cookie cutter mold that they were putting on every girl in developmental, Nidia was nowhere near in that at all. Curly hair, like the Puerto Rican, I believe. You know, like there was just so many things that were like not in their mold, but she still worked because she was spunky.
I love Nidia. She's so different. There was like, isn't there like this infamous like Stephanie McMahon like memo too? That's like she doesn't have the diva look about Nidia too.
I think I just read this about someone that Stephanie McMahon said it about, but it wasn't Nidia.
Ariel, I feel like she said it about.
She said it about Ariel.
Yeah,
I literally just looked this up because I watched earlier today. I watched the first inaugural Impact's Knockout World Championship match. Fun. Great gauntlet match, and I just remember it was 2007, and I see Shelly Martinez walk out, and I was like, what? Did all of that happen? Obviously did a deep dive, and I read that literally today. So she definitely said that about Ariel.
She didn't have the diva look.
Right?
Shelly Martinez.
Big tits.
The diva look.
Her tits were up to her ears. What are you talking about? She's hanging upside down with her tits up to her ears. Like,
love her.
That
love
is
those boobies.
Everything.
She would do great in a JWoww top. All right. Okay. So anyway, after the match too, Shaniqua goes crazy and she takes out Dawn Marie. She gives Dawn the boot.
The
boot. And Dawn is thrown out into the ring post.
Ow.
It's like
that looked painful.
This could have been more. So I'm so mad.
I felt like I felt like the ring post thing looked like rough. Like it looked like she really did hit her head on
I wonder if like any of the girls got hurt working with her, and that's why they scrapped this.
It looked like she was beating the shit out of these girls. So and obviously she won, or she didn't win Tough Enough. She did. She won.
Yeah, her and Jackie both won because like the guys were
two girls.
Two girls won the second one, and the men were.
Wait, all the guys were that bad?
Yeah. And they were big mad about it too.
That's pretty funny, honestly.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's because Linda won first, and then Jackie won second, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
and then Jackie proceeded to have the worst match. She got hers.
She got it.
She got it. Well, you know who else has got it? Stephanie McMahon has got a Sharpie, and she's in the back, and she's doodling on a picture of Sable.
Sable is a fugly slut.
Do not trust this fucking bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's right. On television, you're gonna see an Iron Man match. Starring on the slut.
She goes, "That's funny. Put that in there."
so you just picture Torrie Wilson in the corner, like maybe that was only okay when I say it.
So Vince McMahon, Sable, and Big Show come in. He's like, I didn't never bother knocking. Oh, you never do, Dad. And then they just like start this whole like, I'm gonna make you quit again thing. And she's like, well, you can't make me quit. And then she brings up a valid point. Dad, why don't you just fire me? Like,
he's like, because I want to beat the shit out of you. That's why. Like, I'd really like to actually just fight you at a pay-per-view. So,
and he's like, well, I don't want to fire you. I want you to quit. Well, I'm not going to. Oh, bangs.
Bang.
So
she said, let me move my bangs so I can say that again. No.
Not quitting, Dad.
Beyonce kind of thing. Let me fix my bangs real quick.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's time for Unforgiven, the pay-per-view. And guys, we are treated to a promo for Stacy Keibler, Tess, and Scott Steiner to Cold's Suffocate.
This made me miss like that era of like when they would have like Saliva or like someone,
yes.
you know,
make me a superstar.
Saliva had so many. The one in Survivor Series 2002 with
always.
Like the hardcore match. It was like always, literally. It was like that, like Trish and Victoria package. I just remember always being like, wow, like this makes you so much more excited. And I wish we still had that, you know.
I wish that genre of music didn't go away. Like just the hype rock era. Like
it's always in our hearts.
Yeah.
Well, I think because it probably still exists. We just came out of the closet and don't pretend it's the only music we listen to anymore.
I'm like, why don't they use Charlie XCX songs as the video packages? It's so weird.
Now I'm like, come on. Like we can get some like better slut music in here.
I will say though, for like the wrestling angles though, they really, I mean, back in the day, that's like what was in that kind of music.
Yeah.
And like, it really did get me so hype as like a kid. Same. I was like, oh my God, this is so serious. Like there's a whole story. They're getting their asses beat. They're fighting. And then Saliva's in the background screaming.
Yeah.
Boom, do you want it? Boom, do you need it?
I was disappointed when Quill for the Summer was the song. They didn't make a promo for that. Like,
wait, was that the song?
I thought they did.
SummerSlam 2015. Well, Undertaker and Brock Lesnar did not have a Quill for the Summer promo. The Divas did.
Tell me like, what you like, it's okay. And then it's just Undertaker like,
1 2. Yeah.
I'm thinking wrong Demi song because Confident was for WrestleMania.
Oh, that was for WrestleMania. Yeah. I like when they wear their dummy bag.
Funny. It's literally like, don't tell your mother. And it's just like flashing to Brock Lesnar.
As long as we get a future promo of Rhea Ripley with Meghan Trainor's mother, I'm going to be very happy.
Oh, I will not be because I don't want Meghan Trainor. Sorry.
I don't get I am your mother.
Did you guys see Meghan Trainor talking about how big her man's dick is?
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, Spy Kids, what?
Like someone under it is like one of the most liked comments was like, man, this is crazy hearing this about a Spy Kid.
The only thought that I first had was just his premise in Spy Kids was that his hands were covered in warts.
Wait, Joey, I'm not kidding. That's what I was about to say. And then I was thinking it's on his dick too. Like, it's just like...
Oh my God.
It's like wart
Okay.
spread. So, his big wart dick. Like,
Yeah,
like,
Butterfingers.
and she's like,
Big wart dick.
Not his big wart dick.
Big
My
wart
God.
dick. And Megan's all about it. So, all right. So anyway, fun fact about Unforgiven, though, also, guys, the theme song to this, they had 2 songs in this one, but the main theme song was Enemy by Seven Dust. And China's in the music video for that. And they showed her a million times promoting this album because she's like beating up people in like an alleyway. But I was like,
so was
oh my
she
God.
on WWE promotion?
Yeah, not technically, but like they didn't acknowledge her or anything like
they
that.
Never
she was
showed,
in it.
They showed
her. They showed her straight up. Because I remember this, I was like, "Is that China?" And then I looked it up, like, and it was. So yeah, China was in the music video for "Enemy" by Seven Dust, which was one of my gym bops for a minute. When you fall to the ground. So, all right. So, but anyway, but we
sounded like Linda Belcher there.
So we get this video.
Blobby.
But like there's cursing in it, so it's like edited. It's like I could take every word you said, and yeah. But I won't lie, the editing made me feel kind of bad for Tess. Sorry.
I don't know. I never really feel bad for Tess. He was like a serial.
He's a douche.
He got to like. I mean, Kelly was like 18 when they dated.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I like always think of that for some reason. Also, wait, why did this promo make you feel bad for Tess because of like the way he was shown? Or...
Yeah, like the way he was shown in it, I actually was like, oh, I do feel a little bad for him in this situation. But then when he started abusing Stacy towards the end, I was like, okay, I don't. But like,
I think I always thought Tess was like just like clearly like had all of the tools to be like this, like one of the main guys, kind of. But I just think he didn't like rub the right people's like shoulders in the locker room. I know you wish he would rub your shoulders, Jake, but
me too. I know that I'm not big on like all muscles, but Tess fits the bill. I think it's because big and muscles. Like I need
big
both.
And muscles. Yeah, I will say I'm. It's like pretty known. Scott Steiner is like a douche, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like known. I don't know. I just personally like watching this. I was like, I am watching this solely for Stacy, and
same.
Yeah. Like watching 2 wet noodles fight because I don't really like either of them.
Valid. I mean, to be honest, like the only reason we talk about this storyline is because of Stacy. So
absolutely,
yeah,
we love her. And I love her simple, perfect outfit she has on.
This is like her outfit that they ended up using in video games.
Yeah,
this was like one of her like standout outfits, even though it's just a black top and a fucking jean denim. Like,
this is the definition of less is more. Just like a simple black turtleneck, crop top, and denim skirt, knee-high boots. Amazing, perfect, love it. This is quintessential Stacy Keibler.
Agree.
So, I had a perverted note in here. JR mentioned you got to be pulling for Scott Steiner. I'm pulling for Tess. Anyway,
round of applause for a great joke. That's wonderful.
Not with a warty dick though.
Warty dick. What are they feeding you?
So basically this is essentially what Wreckno said, like 2 wet noodles just flopping around. The only real call outs here are Stacy tries to help Tess, and she wrings his neck on the top rope at one point, and brings Tess neck on the top rope, and he kicks out, and she's like, "What?"
I love that. Also, like when she slaps him, and like women slaps at this era are not considered DQ because it's like a woman slapping you. That's like you're just getting flicked in the nose. But yeah, I feel like now if Rhea Ripley slaps someone, it would be
it's a DQ.
Yeah, exactly.
They would be unconscious. We also get a test call out for the boot during the match. And Stacy gets on the apron. It gets chaotic, of course. And then at one point, Tess grabs a steel chair and brings it in the ring. And Stacy's like, I want to sit, and grabs the chair.
I must be comfortable.
Oh, these shoes are killing me. Maybe Bianca has a point. So and she swings it at Test. He moves and she accidentally nails Scott Steiner. And I just love the look of despair, like, oh my God.
She sold it. She really did sell it. She was like, oh my God, no, I'm being sold into Test's life forever now.
Yes. And Test wins. And now not only is Stacy his, but Scott Steiner is his property for anal sex moving forward.
for any and outie belly button play forever. It's honestly, the storyline is so ridiculous. Like, just like, I'm like, it's so 2003. I'm like, so he owns them. He owns them now. And then wait, hold on. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but like, don't they both turn into dicks too? Like,
yes,
they both just start being mean to her.
Scott Steiner just decides to be an asshole too soon.
He's like, well, I get it, dude. I hate her too. Jesus Christ.
Well, you know what they say. You are what you eat.
Wordy. So I feel bad for Stacey. She just really does not know how to pick them. So
no, she does not.
But yeah, so basically they're now his property, and Tess like makes Stacey raise his hand, and she's just like
defeated.
It's like when the Undertaker's like walking up the ramp and he's tired. Like but yeah, then he plants a kiss on her, and Scott Steiner's just watching. Huh? Like that's it. Literally. So this is gross.
It's just like, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh cool, like it made me realize, like it did give me, like, you know, Stacy just got put in the Hall of Fame, and I know all of us, you know, if we're sitting here talking about the golden era, I think whenever someone like Stacy or a manager gets put in, we're all like, where is Victoria? Where is, you know, Melina? Where are these people that we loved to watch? But watching this match, I was like, you know, like she really was like polarizing, because like as a manager, there's some managers currently that like Maxine's a good example. I just like personally, there's not that like it factor for me where I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to like continue to like, I want to like know what's going on in this story. Stacy, you just look at Stacy Keibler and you're like, well, I'm watching and I'm not completely bored, because she's just everything, you know. I don't know. I thought I kind of like totally understood why she would be in the Hall of Fame watching this in a way.
Absolutely.
An icon.
She is literally like one of my favorites of all time. And
girl, that looks like the mom off of Modern Family. That does not look like
but wait, her hips also bobble, not just the head. So
she should be able to do the stanky leg. That would really take it to the next.
The double bubble.
She has the mom of a Modern Family. It does.
It does. It definitely does.
So, but yeah, I've always been a huge advocate for Stacey going in the Hall of Fame, and I love her. I know our other girls are going to go in one day.
Absolutely.
But I'm happy she got the recognition she deserves. So
yeah.
But
I'm like, okay, I'm like the blondes are in. Now can we
are in.
The blondes are in. Can we go now to the like workhorses? Like I really would love to see obviously Victoria, Jazz, like I really also this is off topic, but I really also, did you guys ever see Molly Holly talk about how doing her Hall of Fame speech was kind of like traumatizing? Because it was because it was during COVID and they were speed it up, you have like 4 minutes, and she was like, this just brought back so many memories of all of us getting our time cut and all this stuff. Eventually, because she said this, they posted her whole speech, but it was still like, I sometimes wish Molly could have had. I'm like, could you have done these manager girls like when we were in quarantine and there was no crowd?
Yeah. Trust me, I know, because they combined 2020 and 2021, and they were supposed to be inducting people that weren't included.
Well, weren't the Bellas supposed to have a big moment too?
Oh, I was supposed to induct them.
I know. I was
like,
supposed to have a big moment. Yeah, literally. Like, I'm not salty. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's great. Anyway, all right. So Gail Kim's out. She's got a tag match. She's wearing. I like this little teal outfit though. And I like that her and Molly sort of coordinated. Because Molly's wearing like sort of teal. It's more of seafoam. And Trish Stratus is out in all white next, and I love that she like did like athletic-y pants, like ring gear pants, but like a lingerie top. Like I was like,
but the pants also had like that lace at the bottom and the bell bottom. It was so cute.
It was sexual, and I'm into it, and I loved it.
Whenever Trish wears lace, like I'm here for it.
Love it. And then Lita is out next, and it is so cool to see her making her entrance. I could have sworn she had the eye entrance at this point in time, but maybe not.
I think that came within the next year. Like,
yeah.
It
was weird. But love this. And they kick things off right away, going into it, and so cool and cute to see them do the little poetry in motion at the beginning of this match.
Really cute, and I love seeing all of the Lita signage. There were so many Lita signs.
And they were like Hershey. So like the fact that like people were like going crazy in like Hershey chocolate world like is so awesome to me for Lita.
I just also like I always get like some sort of chills watching any of her like return stuff, just knowing like that was like the woman at that point. Like Lita was so at the top of her game when she went out, and this is actually like, I mean, we had seen Trish and Lita tag before, but this is the first time you see evolved Lita, evolved Trish really together, seeing how much magic they can make when they're both on their A game. I love this match, honestly.
It really, because before, you're exactly right, because before that Trish was like just kind of finding her footing.
Trish was fine. She would find the high spots. She'd do like, the Hurricanrana from the top, or like she would do little things here and there, but she wasn't in the ring 24/7 where she was comfortable. And Lita also, I mean, I think all of the women in the 2000s had some ugly duckling years where they just, there was some awkward spots. There was some finding their footing, even though Lita had training. Like for her to come back in 2003, and where the women's division was at with great workers like Gail Kim, like Molly Holly, like just so much more to work with at that point.
Yeah.
The cool thing too is I feel like Lita really, not just in the gear and like her look, she really reinvented herself as a whole. Like she's got a much more powerful moveset than just like the high flying stuff she's known for. Like she's got these power bombs. She's got like those sick arm drags. It was just, it was a different
on
Lita.
Her judo background. She would do, the rear naked chokes and like more of the stuff that came from where she had started, I feel. And they also didn't want her to do moonsaults like ever because she broke her neck. And she didn't break her neck doing a moonsault. She didn't barely even hurt herself in wrestling more than once, like actually wrestling. And I think, but they were like, you're going to be grounded. So she definitely had to work with that and start to do a lot less high flying stuff.
Oh yeah. And for sure she made it work. Like when we get to that point with the moonsault in the match, like that was amazing though too. But like, it was just really great. I could have sworn though, in my head, I always imagined Lita being in this match for much longer than she is.
She's just there for a short period.
Yeah, it's mostly Trish for the match, which I sort of get though too, because it is Lita's literal first match back after over a year, with a new moveset. Women, she really she's worked a little bit with Molly, but not a ton. And Gail, she's never worked with. So it's just like, doing some different stuff. So it's not surprising, but I think what they did have Lita do was perfect for her.
Yeah. I mean, also in the first match that she was back, she busted her mouth wide open.
Yeah. Which honestly though, how fucking badass. Like,
I was worried for her though. I remember being like younger and being like, oh shit. Like,
like she's leaving again.
Yeah, exactly. Like her luck.
Did y'all see the ref continue to going over to her? I feel like he was just communicating from the TV. People just been like, clean it up. Like wipe
wipe your mouth. Yeah.
I wonder if they were pissed.
I mean, this was before the cage match where Vince told Victoria nobody wants to see a diva bleed.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were ever happy when women bled, and Lita now would have been probably the second woman or the main. I mean, those are second time on a pay-per-view cut open. I think
Yeah.
the Survivor Series 2000 and then there, it's just like it for me. It adds to it though, because I'm just like
Agreed.
she's back. Obviously, she took a little bit of a bump, but like she kept going. It was really sick.
It speaks to like, and it just. Lita is a rebel by design, according to her branding at this point in time, and it's perfect. It works. And I really love this too, because for me, this is like where you really start to see Trish and Lita as a combo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from the Stratosphere to, you know, Twist of Fate, Moonsault, it's like you really, they have their greatest hits. They have their moments of like, you know, like they as separate entities are already made. And now they come together and they're just solidifying, oh, we are the pinnacle of the women's division and women's wrestling, period. Yeah. And it's magic when they're together.
It really, that's the best way to describe it. It's magic. It's just, and just like personally, at this time, I remember back then, like when Lita was busting out the power bombs, the DDTs and stuff, I was like, oh, I guess like, you know, they don't want her doing the moonsaults anymore. So when she climbed up and she hit that moonsault, it was fucking awesome.
It was magic.
Yeah.
It was pretty too.
I was like,
you're seeing Victoria and maybe some girls do the moonsault. I think it was mainly just Victoria and I know that Lita okayed that. Like she asked her if it was cool, but like she would always miss it because that was her spot. And then like to see Lita come back, do the Lita Salt, which is like it's just chef's kiss, you know. It's so good.
It is. It's what made her a star.
Absolutely.
Like, it's so awesome, and it made me so happy to see like we have this new revamped, like stronger Lita, but she's still the same girl who we fell in love with.
Yeah,
like it's so perfect. This is one of my favorite like wrestling matches, just because the feeling after it, like it's just like we have waited so long to see Lita back in the ring. There's just something about her, and Trish held it down. So don't get me wrong. But like, there's something about Lita that really just like brings in people. I still talk to people who watch wrestling like when it was cool to watch wrestling, like back in the early 2000s, and they're like, I remember Lita.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's either like the Lita or the Hardy Boys. Like that's like when I have like my dude friends in music that like they'll be like, oh, you like wrestling? And it's either like, you know, the main ones, Rock or Stone Cold, but like a lot of the cool kids remember the Hardys and Lita. And I'm like, that's why I am this way. Like I'm like Lita was like just this like Lita was truly and still is to this day like one of my biggest inspirations as someone who just like, I mean, reading her book back in the day, I was really young, and it was like one of the first people I looked up to that I was like, she just traveled the world. No, like
a road less traveled though.
ROAD, the reality of Amy Dumas. Yeah, but she just really did like she did her thing, and it was a really weird path that she took, but like always been so inspiring to me. So that's why I really wanted to be on this episode.
So much. Wreckno, like one thing I know about you is like you love Lita, and you're so vocal about that.
I love Lita so much.
When Joey told me you wanted to be on, I was like, absolutely. Like
I appreciate it. Seriously.
Yeah, of course.
She's like seriously, everything to me when it comes to wrestling. She's like the rock to me.
That's the way it should be. Like the thing is, like the reason like Joey and I love doing these shows because like we look up to these women so much, and we love when we connect with other people who have that same camaraderie and love and adoration, and you can really see elements of making them the people they are. Like
I love that.
Yeah, like it really like it's just the way it is. Like when people like ask me like why do you love wrestling, and like you like the girls, I was just like I just never related to the men.
Absolutely.
Like I
still barely do.
Yeah, same. Yeah, like I was like I saw pieces of myself in all these women, and like honestly, the way I am is because of these women I grew up idolizing. Like
my best friend Eva actually laid it out to me in a way that I didn't fully understand. Because so when Paige came back in 2017, I started watching again because I hadn't watched from probably the time I'd say right around when Lita left. I kind of like started to fizzle out because I was like, well, my favorite's gone. And I would check in, but like I started watching again, and I made my friend Eva, my best friend, and made her watch with me. And like a couple of years into watching, I just remember feeling like really, I didn't know either of you. I really didn't know anybody in the internet wrestling community.
Yeah.
So I always just felt like really weird that I was like getting back into women's wrestling and just like loving it so much. And she was just like, Brandon, like, look at everything you want to do in your life. You literally want to be like a really loud queer performer. Of course, you literally identify with these glamazon, strong women on here that just come on here and kick ass and take names. Like, and it's forever stuck with me. Where I'm like, I know exactly why I love this shit. It's so empowering to me. I love it.
That made me very happy. But yeah, no, that is this week, and it was one of the coolest weeks in women's wrestling history. Lita is back. The division is getting shaken up. I'm so excited that she's back. But yeah, this is crazy.
Such an iconic week. Like, this is a memory, like core memory for me.
Yeah, I was literally like, if I can do the Unforgiven week, because I know you do the Raws and the pay-per-view, I was like, I'll be good. I'll be good for another year.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Can I tell you, when we were setting the show up, like there was like, should we do the pay-per-view and then the Raw? I wanted to do the Raw and then the pay-per-view just for this episode specifically.
I appreciate that.
I was like,
it's so much to sift through.
Yeah. Like I was like, and then we get that pay-per-view. Yes.
Exactly.
So, oh my God. Oh, all right, guys. Well, it's time for sort of a figure this.
Can
I just say one more thing about Lita really quick? Okay,
yeah.
Last thing about Lita. So she because I know I'm not going to be on for a while. She comes back. It's amazing. We pop where we live. You know, the biggest thing that will always forever be a head scratcher and kind of upsetting.
I know.
Lita was nowhere. Where was WrestleMania 20? Why? Like, I know what we had instead, but I'm like, it is wild to me that your biggest female star came back, was not even in a dark match. Like, I don't know what she did, who she pissed off, or like what happened. I feel like there's some shit that happened and she didn't please someone in the right way, and like, but that's kind of like what's been inkled online. But
I agree. I feel like I always said the Fatal 4-Way where Victoria wins the title should have been the women's match at WrestleMania that year. It
absolutely, without a doubt. There's no reason it should not have been.
Like, I don't understand why it wouldn't. Like, Molly
had
long reign.
Two Fatal 4-Way tag team matches.
Yeah, like I was like, it seems to be the theme. Like, just do that. Like, whatever. But and I hate, because I love Victoria too. But the thing is, even when Victoria was winning the title, the crowd was chanting for Lita.
Absolutely,
that should be telling.
Yeah,
but it still could have been a really awesome Mania moment for them to just move that match over, put it on Mania, even if everybody does want to see Lita win the title.
Yeah,
like Victoria wins and then has a cool WrestleMania moment while she's turning face still.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I feel like I will say there's one thing where I think online they said Lita didn't do well with the acting when she came back, like, and it didn't please Vince, essentially. When remember when Matt broke up with her, essentially, she looks, if you remember the skit, she doesn't look very like perplexed. And I remember seeing something like maybe that just kind of like downgraded her push. It obviously all paid off in the end. We know where it took us. We know where it went. But like, I just always was like, why the fuck wasn't she on Mania?
It really is baffling that she was not included in any capacity. Like,
I will never understand it.
It just and it sucks too, because like they could have at least done, like, if they didn't want to do the Fatal 4-Way, I would have done like Lita and Victoria that they did
something. Like the Backlash match could have been great versus or even a 3-way with her and Molly.
Like, it's just like there were options.
Like, why did that even need to be? I don't know. It shoulda, coulda, woulda now. But I'm like,
the thing that's funny to me is, like, if they're saying like possibly her acting, why did they literally throw her into like a storyline where she wasn't really wrestling, just like acting for the next 6 months?
Maybe they wanted to test her, or I don't know.
Was it punishment? Like,
maybe they're like, so you're not going to wrestle for a really long time. We're going to call you fat. We're going to.
You're gonna have Kane's baby. It'll be great. You'll have fun. So
and get this, we're gonna punt it into the crowd. And
this is where it gets cringe for me because I know that's what's coming. And I'm like,
All right. Well, let's talk some less cringe. Figure this. I thought
this shirts.
Figure I thought we'd talk about what is your favorite wrestling t-shirt you own or have owned in the past at one point in time that you just like could knock enough. You wanted to wear it every day till it reached a BO. Like, just like, what is that shirt for you?
For me, I have the current one. Do you know the footage of AJ Lee meeting Lita?
Do you have that on a shirt?
I have that. I don't have that on a shirt. I like AJ crying. That would be funny.
Yeah.
But it's that shirt that AJ's wearing. It's kind of like the old Lita.
Oh, that one.
It's like it's her in the center in a pink
with the cutouts.
Jeans. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's
I know. It's her like.
Yes.
Yes.
Like and then on the back it says, I think it might say Queen of Extreme or something like that.
That was one of my bed shirts as a kid. Yes. I love that.
Well,
shirt.
I found one like in a 2X on eBay like a year ago, and
I'm so jealous.
It's my favorite.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that makes me so happy.
I had that shirt as a kid and I got sent home from school for wearing it because Lita was inappropriate.
She was too sultry.
One of my favorites, and this might be surprising, was the purple and white and neon green glowed in the dark Hardy's and Lita shirt where it's like the 3 extreme and then it's like their faces like on the back.
So expensive on eBay.
I know.
Literally so much money to buy.
I bought one that like someone was selling for like $75 and I was like, oh, I don't think they know what they have. So like but like I had it as a kid, but like this is like when I was a kid and I like didn't know like what my sizes were because my parents dressed me. So like I like at the show I was like 2X please, but like so like I'm like this little like baby like in this like
a dress
all the time. I'm like like but I wore the shit out of that. Like I love that shirt.
I think my favorite one that I own currently is actually from 500 level, which if you don't know 500 level, I love all their wrestling shirts because they have like superstars that you wouldn't like normally have. They have like Tamina shirts.
Oh, so my mother. Let's go.
Tamina.
Right?
Is it like her with the crooked contact?
I don't remember, but I know she has. But like way back in the day before Liv got like over they had put out a Liv Morgan shirt and it's just her like sitting on the ropes and doing her pose and it's this purple shirt and it's like one, not just like a cool looking shirt, but two, it's like one of the most comfortable shirts that I own.
Love that.
We love their material is good.
So shout out to if you ever see the celebrities wearing like wrestling shirts.
Yes.
Okay,
like NWO, like Kendall Jenner wears an NWO.
Well,
shirt
like that is like a given, but like I will say Bad Bunny will always have my respect because I have the Survivor Series 2001 poster on my wall, like a big one from the actual event with Torrie and Lita back to back. And I know Bad Bunny fully went on eBay and probably bought this like an actual version of the shirt from the like original event because he was wearing it like randomly in a paparazzi photo and it looked like kind of tattered. And I was like, he will forever have my respect for knowing how cunty that fucking photo is and knowing how cute it is to be on a shirt. So that's an honorable mention.
That's actually, oh my God, I'm actually never been jealous.
I'm very jealous of him for that reason.
I think he like buys a lot of because he wore like a WWF racing jacket on SmackDown recently too. So I think he does like a lot of eBay shopping.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, I mean, he's like rich as fuck. He can get like if he wants to go collect memorabilia, he got it.
Yeah.
Real quick, I did want to give a quick shout out before I forget. This just popped in my head. To the Instagram account, late 90s, early 2000s WWE. They post just women, but they just gave me some links this week of some places I can find good still HD quality images of women that I can use for our banners for because I was like, hey, sometimes mine are grainy. What do you got? So like, because you always have these gorgeous HD photos. Like even of Sarah, the Undertaker's wife, who wants this, but it's there. But like, so
like we got everyone. We got Barbara Bush. We got Sarah.
I'm just like, where are they finding these? So
Muffy.
Like, I had to like slide into their DMs and like, hey you. So
you're like, where's I'm really looking for this high quality picture of Hervina. I can't find it.
So Yeah, so but thank you to them. Like, see, like seriously, like who is looking for this? But but I love them. But thank you so much. But yeah, no, I mean, like that's it. For all this amazingness. Wreckno, what's new with you? Where can people find you? Where can people enjoy you? Give us all the deets.
So I am pretty much on tour most of the year. This weekend, wait, when is this being posted?
Friday.
So I am going to be in Phoenix, Arizona tonight at Walter, and then I'm playing Honolulu the day after for my first time.
Yes.
And I play Lightning in a Bottle in California next week on Friday. And yeah, I'm just gonna be touring the country per usual. So if you're ever looking for a fun queer time, come to a Wreckno show. We have lots of fun.
Yes.
Yay! What's your social media shit?
Oh, and the socials are all at Wreckno.
Send pics of your warty dicks. Joey, where can people find you?
You will be dealt with.
You will be dealt.
You can find me under a mask as the spider lady. No, but you can actually find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram and Twitter, Joey.Mayberry on TikTok. Check out Ring the Bell on YouTube as well as my YouTube. And if you want to see me wrestle, I am getting back into the ring. I'll be making an appearance at Chicago Style Wrestling on this Friday the 19th. And then on the 21st in Orlando, Florida, I'll be wrestling for Pro Wrestling Action.
Yes.
Joey Slayberry.
Joey.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Wait, why have we not? What is? Oh my God. So, all right. Okay.
We're failures.
And y'all can find me at Jake Not Jacob Smith on Instagram, and Jake isn't Jacob on Twitter. And be sure to follow our show Golden Era _pod on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Which, if you guys don't like listening to us, you can watch us on there. And be sure to leave us a review. 5 stars is the best. Helps us move up in those power rankings. Joey Wreckno, anything else?
Jesus,
yeah.
mouth.
Oh,
It busted my mouth.
I just have one thing. I want to see if this works.
Stream the Golden Era podcast. Did that come through weird?
All right, bye, y'all. Get your JWoww tops on. All right, bye.
Jesus.